Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Agriculture CS Mithika Linturi made some remarks today, remarks that are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Listen to this.
Nimesikia viongozi wenu wamenena na wamesema, na huo ndio ukweli wa maneno, ya kwamba ni aibu miaka 60 bahanda ya kupata uhuru tuendelea kutegemea misaada ya chakula. Na kubaliana na wewe Roku na wale wengine. Na tumshukuru Mungu ya kwamba ametupea ardhi iliyo na rutuba na ametupea mapenzi ya kufanya kazi. Na ndio sababu mwasikia uchungu ya kwamba nyinyi watu wa hapa Mbele South mnapewa chakula cha msaada wakati mnapaswa kuwa mnashalisha chakula na nyinyi mnakula wenyewe. Tuko na jukumu kama serikali ya kuondoa aibu kama hii katika Kenya yetu. Na ndio sababu rais akiongoza serikali ya Kenya ametoa amri na amesema lazima tufanye kazi usiku na mchana, tushirikiane na nyinyi ili tuweze kuondoa aibu hii. Na kabla ya kufika hapo, ndugu zangu, lazima tunjiulize, kweli tumefika hapa kuomba ama kupewa chakula cha msaada kwa sababu gani?
Yes. Mithika Linturi is making it very clear that it's a shame that after 60 years of independence, Kenyans are still relying on relief food. After 60 years of independence. So the question begs, is Mithika Linturi and William Ruto's government ashamed that Kenyans are relying on relief food? That's the big question here. And then secondly, why is it that the mountain, an area that has produced 3 presidents out of 5 presidents that have ruled Kenya, the mountain seems to be more disparate for that relief food? What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I want us to dig deep into that story to see exactly what is happening behind the scenes and what that means politically. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. To answer the first question, Mithika Linturi and William Ruto's government, most likely if you look at their brand and style of politics, I don't think they feel ashamed at all seeing Kenyans begging for relief food. I don't think they feel ashamed. And I'm saying that because William Ruto and his team, their brand of politics is based on giving handouts. Giving handouts. And after giving handouts, Kenyans cheer them up and even vote for them. And we saw that in the just concluded August elections. And handouts was very rampant on the mountain, where William Ruto started with the wheelbarrows. And these wheelbarrows, they were only being dished mostly on the mountain. We were not seeing the wheelbarrows being dished in any other part of the country, not even in William Ruto's home turf in the Kalenjin Rift Valley. But it was mostly concentrated on the mountain. So it's that kind of political handouts or politics of handouts that most likely endeared residents of Mount Kenya to William Samoei Ruto. So for William Ruto to remain relevant on the mountain, his government must continuously give those handouts. And then the masses will forget even about the promises they were promised. They will even forget about developments. They'll just be eyeing and looking forward to being given handouts, upon which they will be pressing William Ruto's government as a government that is delivering. That's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. So already the mountain, they love and cherish handouts. Any leader giving them handouts, they see that leader as a performer. And most likely, they can vote for that leader and re-elect that kind of a leader. William Ruto and his government, they already know that. And that's why we are seeing long queues on the mountain, residents of the mountain begging and waiting for long hours to be given handouts, maybe just 2 packets of unga. William Ruto knows that a good section or a good number of his supporters loves handouts. William Ruto most likely will prefer that his supporters relies more on that handouts, which he will be giving them, and he will be remaining politically relevant in that area. So Mithika Linturi's assertion that the government, or rather ashamed of Kenyans relying on handouts, in my honest opinion, Mithika Linturi is not honest, and the government is not honest. The government want Kenyans to rely on those handouts for them to dominate those Kenyans. And then the second question, why is it that it's only concentrated on the mountain? I've answered a bit of it in that first answer, the first answer. Why is it concentrated only on the mountain, an area that has produced 3 presidents? The answer is simple, in my honest opinion. The mountain residents have been electing leaders who are non-performers. That's why for all these 60 years, Mithika Linturi is talking about, the mountain has produced 3 presidents. And naturally, we expect that those 3 presidents could have delivered, that they could have even uplifted the livelihoods of their people. In those 60 years, they failed to do that. So it's clear the mountain has been electing non-performers. And if you look at the kind of leadership we currently have, and this is the truth, in the slightly over 50 days they've been in office, it's clear that this is a government that is not going to deliver. This is a government that is clearly going to fail big time. And I'm saying based on the things they have done in their first 50 days in office. In the 50 days in office, we have seen corruption cases against some individuals being dropped, and those individuals being appointed as cabinet secretaries. That only means individuals now occupying positions of cabinet secretaries in this government are obviously corrupt individuals. And their corrupt behaviors is now not going to stop that they have now been appointed as cabinet secretaries. Their corrupt nature is actually even going to be more pronounced. And according to Auditor General's report, Kenya loses about 1/3 of its annual budget to corruption. And it's almost very clear and certain that with those kind of corrupt individuals now in power, Kenya is going to lose more in corruption. So these poor Kenyans will rely more on those relief food because government services will not reach them. That's one thing I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. And also, if you look at it carefully, William Ruto has expanded his government. He has increased the size of government. So Kenyans will be taxed more, and that will even make more Kenyans yearn for more relief food, because they won't be having enough to sustain their families. So it's the same government that is actually pushing these Kenyans again to relying and depending on that relief food. The government has got its priorities wrong. So Kenyans are just forced to depend on those relief foods. As I conclude, those remarks by CS for Agriculture are not, actually the CS is not honest. He is lying in broad daylight to Kenyans. They are not ashamed of Kenyans relying on relief food. In fact, they want Kenyans to rely more on relief food. And the reason is simple. They want to continue dominating them for their own political and selfish interest. They want to continue dominating them using those relief foods, because now they'll tell them that we are a caring government, you are seeing we are feeding you. But in actual sense, the government is not delivering on tangible development projects. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Any person who would want to support our channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to channel any kind of contribution to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.